Welcome to another episode of Dating App Disaster Stories podcast talk show, where we discuss all the fun and crazy topics that you love. Brought to you by WeRate.Stream. Hey, I'm Lola, your gloriously imperfect guide through other people's dating misadventures. Today's story comes from a listener named Alex. He left a voice message that I'm going to read, and then we'll unpack the mess together. Short warning, this one's equal parts suspense and secondhand embarrassment, set in a very strange venue with an even stranger twist. Okay, here goes. Hi, it's Alex. This happened last month. I matched with someone named Dana. We both said we liked odd experiences, so we agreed to meet at a rooftop urban beekeeping workshop. Rooftop of a converted factory, honey tasting, and all that. I show up in jeans and a jacket. She arrives in a full bee veil, which I thought was quirky but cool. We start with introductions, the instructor talks about hive maintenance, and everything is fine, until we're invited to a hands-on section. They give us gloves and tell us to lift frames. Dana goes first, pulls a frame, and there's this hum of bees doing bee things. Then, out of nowhere, she leans in really close to the frame and whispers to the bees. I mean whisper. She cups her hands, talks to them like they're tiny roommates. I'm like, okay, cute. Then she pulls out her phone and plays a recording of classical music at full volume right beside the hive. I ask, why classical? And she says, they like structure. People around us laugh nervously. The instructor frowns but doesn't stop her. Then she says, watch this, and takes a single bee gently on her finger and lifts it up, and it sits there. She looks at me and says, I was a beekeeper in my past life. I laugh because I don't know what else to do. Then she kisses the bee, like full-on pecks the bee while holding it in her gloved finger. The bee buzzes away and someone screams. People start filming. The instructor is trying not to lose it. I stand there with honey on my fingers and the taste of escaped wax in my mouth, and I just don't know what to say. I want to be polite, but I also want to run. We did not get a second date. Wow, okay, picture that. An industrial rooftop, bees, classical music pumping from someone's pocket, and then a bee kiss. I am equal parts fascinated and a little alarmed. Alex's message makes a great rule of thumb example of boundary weirdness, social signaling gone off the rails, and why context matters. Let's break down what happened and then talk about wrong and right moves. First, what went wrong here, purely from a social perspective? Dana ignored the shared norms of the event. A beekeeping workshop has rules for a reason: safety, bee welfare, and the comfort of other participants. Whispering to bees, blasting music, and kissing an animal in a public workshop are all escalations from quirky to performative, and importantly, they involve others and the animals. Alex's awkward laugh is a classic, I don't know how to protest response. Wrong move number 1, pretending it's charming when you're uncomfortable. Alex laughed and stayed silent, probably because he didn't want to be rude. But laughing can signal approval. If someone interprets that as encouragement, the behavior repeats. Wrong move number 2, turning into the event police. If Alex had loudly scolded Dana in front of the instructor, he might have embarrassed himself and escalated the scene. Public confrontation often backfires and can make you look aggressive rather than assertive. Now the right moves, immediate options Alex could have used in the moment. These are short scripts you can actually say without sounding like a villain. Script A, gentle boundary, in the moment. Hey, this is my first time here too. Could we keep the music low? I'm trying to hear the instructor. Why it works. It's neutral, places the focus on the shared setting, and asks for a specific single change. Script B, express confusion, invite reflection. Okay, I have to ask, is kissing bees something you do often? I'm genuinely curious because it surprised me. Why it works. It puts the behavior into conversation rather than judgment, gives the other person a chance to explain, and signals your discomfort without hostility. Script C, power exit line. This is getting a bit intense for me. Want to grab coffee after, or we can call it here. Why it works. It offers an out while preserving politeness. If they insist on continuing the weirdness, you have a graceful escape. If the behavior risks safety, for the bees, for people allergic to stings, or for the group's calm, the right move is to alert the instructor. You're not tattling, you're protecting everyone. Alex could have quietly said to the instructor, "That's making some people nervous," and let the pro handle it. Now, the wrong ways Alex might have handled things after the date. Ghosting without comment is an option people reach for, but in a scenario that's weird rather than dangerous, a short, honest message is kinder and clearer. Wrong post-date text. "You're insane. Don't contact me." Why it's wrong. Mean and escalatory. Better post-date text. "Thanks for today. That visit was definitely memorable. I don't think we're on the same wavelength, but I enjoyed meeting you." Let's also touch on empathy. People show quirks in different ways. Someone who talks to bees may have an intense, performative way of expressing affection for animals or a need to stand out. That doesn't excuse behavior that endangers or disrupts others. So curiosity plus clear boundaries is a good combo. Quick safety note. If you ever see behavior that risks harm, someone intentionally roughing animals, ignoring allergy risks, or creating a dangerous environment, remove yourself and inform staff immediately. If you feel unsafe confronting someone, get to a safe place and reach out for help. Final tiny checklist. You can walk through on weird dates. Observe. Is it harmless eccentricity or crossing a boundary? Name it. Use one sentence to identify what's bothering you. Redirect or exit. Offer a low-friction alternative or leave. Follow up. If you want to end contact, text a concise, honest line. Okay, verdict time. Bee kissing on a rooftop beekeeping workshop? Cute story for a novel, questionable behavior for a first date. Alex handled it by staying polite and retreating, which is safe but left him confused. A clearer, brief boundary in the moment or a calm text afterward would have been cleaner. All right, that's our bizarre buzz for today. If you survived a date with a twist, bees, submarines, haunted mansions, whatever, send it in. We'll read it, I'll roast it lovingly, and then we'll give you the scripts to not become an accessory to someone else's performance art. Well, we hope you enjoyed another one of our episodes. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for early hidden episodes. And of course, leave a comment to tell us what you think. See you next time.